Okay, we're live.
Okay. I'll give you a countdown before I start. Three.
I don't think you need a countdown since we're live, so just do your
Oh,
thing.
we're live. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not gonna do with the pleasantries. This is the podcast for the Twin Stick Guardians. My name is Rich. I'm the fire team leader. I'm here with my fire team, Chris and Trey. We are the official podcast for the Twin Stick Guardians clan, which is the clan for the Twin Stick Radio podcast. We're a weekly Destiny 2 podcast, and I'm pretty salty this week. And let's just go into Tower Talk.
Yeah, they can tell you're salty because that's what I titled this stream.
Yeah.
It's Twin Stick Guardians, Rich gets salty.
Yeah. Has anybody even played Destiny this week?
Yeah, I have. So I have been wanting. I've been wanting Destiny 2 on PC, but I can't justify spending that much money on it. Like, I've already spent $60 on the game. I'm gonna spend $20 on Tuesday or whenever it goes live in the US store. And I was like, I don't want to spend another $60 and then again another $20 on the game. So on Wednesday, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, Amazon had a sale for Destiny 2 on PC for $25. And
Oh, wow.
Why are we here? There's nothing going on.
Oh, this is just where I popped in at. We can go somewhere else. So it was too good of a deal to pass up. So I had some rewards credits saved at Best Buy. I went over there, had them price match the Amazon, and I got Destiny 2 for PC for $25, which is an awesome deal. So just quick on the PC thing. I don't want to go on too long about it. I think that Destiny 2 on PC is, in my opinion, better than the console version. But I think that it's all degrees of better. Like, it's kind of like pizza. Like, there's really no such thing as bad pizza. Like,
That's not true.
It's like party pizza compared to DiGiorno. You're like, man, DiGiorno's pretty good, but sometimes you really just want a fucking party pizza. And even now, jumping back on the console version, like, yeah, there's some things I like better. Like, the shooting feels way better in the PC version than it does on console, and 60 frames per second does make a notable difference. But I jumped back in and immediately picked it up. I just had to change my sensitivity. So I'm having a fun time on PC. I'm excited to get more into that, but I think my main home is going to be where you guys are at, and you guys are on consoles, so this is where I'm committed to.
Woo! Hooray for commitment.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
No, I didn't play this game. This game's shit.
Yep. It's a good thing we invited Dado to the podcast.
Oh,
No,
he's on my naughty list for sure.
I mean, no, I didn't play it all this week. Actually, I didn't really play a whole lot of video. Well, no, that's not true. Because what did I play this week? What the hell have I been playing? Oh, Division.
Yeah, you have been playing Division.
Yeah, I've been playing the shit out of Division because 1.8 comes out on Tuesday as well. So 1.8 is a free update on Division. It's adding like Horde mode. It's adding some new PvE content, which was very welcome for Division because ever since the launch of the game, we really haven't had PvE content. Story-wise, we've definitely had survival and Underground, which are both PvE content type stuff. Underground's like dungeon survival. Survival is actually one of the best modes in any video game, I think. You start the game, you start survival with no armor, no weapons, no nothing. And you got to make it to a specific point on the map. And while you're doing that, you're also scavenging for better clothes so you can survive the cold better weapons. There's also other players on the map with you. And there's NPCs, so there's always danger around every corner, and you got to try to make it to the middle of the dark zone to get extracted.
There's an arsenal
Oh, nice.
It's a great mode. It's kind of battle royale, sort of, but it's a lot more of that survival aspect, which makes it unique in my opinion. I don't think I've ever really played anything like that.
I might have to take a stop at my local pawn shop because they have it for like $6.
Yeah, no, dude, you can get it at GameStop for $7.99. I checked today.
Nice.
Nice.
You're a pro member at GameStop. It's like $7.99. I actually thought about buying it for. I actually thought about buying it for you and Daniel for Christmas, just so because Trey was like, I'm thinking about buying it. TJ and David already, I know, have it because we played together for a long time. Actually, that was the main game TJ, David, and I played together for a while. So yeah, I think it's great. Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't play any Destiny. Played a little bit of and Grand Theft Auto. I mean, we've been playing the shit out of that game. So
Yeah.
because it's amazing.
Yeah,
It is.
so good.
Grand Theft Auto Online is absolutely amazing.
We literally just spent an hour playing golf and tennis.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We literally just before we started streaming this, we were playing golf and tennis, like nothing else. We weren't blowing people up. We weren't fucking racing. We weren't doing anything. We were playing golf, tennis. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
Yep. Me too. I've just been playing Grand Theft Auto, and I picked up NBA 2K18 so I can play with my little brother.
gross.
That's the thing. That's it.
Nice. Well, I mean, like, it's not like that's going to stay like that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
in like 3 days, 4 days, at least for a little while, I think we'll all be back on here. Although it's gonna be
for sure.
It's gonna be really hard giving up Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, sure, but I get we're gonna be playing Christmas Osiris for a while. I think.
I think
I
so
don't think
too.
it's.
but-
I honestly don't think it's gonna be content lacking. It doesn't seem like it is. Especially with like, well, we'll get into it later, but especially with the Masterwork system, because I'm not 100% sure how that's gonna work yet. But I have a guiding star that's a faction drop that isn't going to be in season 2, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get a masterwork of this gun. So yeah, so there's definitely going to be shit to do. There's definitely going to be shit to grind for. I don't like to use the word grind because this isn't an MMO, but there's definitely going to be a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, for sure. Tuesday, I think at noon is launch time, since they're changing the reset time.
Yeah. That's if there's usually always a little bit of a hurdle to get over on launch day for Destiny content. So we'll see how everything's performing that day. Chris and I were talking about it.
That's without maintenance though. They're actually going to shut down for maintenance 2 hours before the launch, so it might be pretty damn smooth.
Man, I hope so. And if it's not smooth, like I don't think that that's an issue. Like that's pretty standard with most games right now. Whenever they launch new content, there's usually a little bit of a problem for like the first 3 or 4 hours, and then they figure their crap out. So it's not like I'm talking shit about it, but
Yeah, that's how it was with Rise of Iron, with the queue and everything, and with Destiny 2 as well. We were in that queue for a little bit.
Yeah, but I think I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I don't see 3 million more players logging on to Destiny 2 tomorrow morning or Tuesday morning, right? Because it went from 4 million the day of Destiny launch to 1 million now playing daily. I don't think we're going to see an increase of 3 million people jumping back on for Curse. I hope we do.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah, I think you're
we're
probably
gonna see
right.
that many people. I think a lot of that was casual, or as Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy like to call them, the tourists. I think there was a lot of tourists, and I don't think they're ever going to come back. So
we shall see.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I'm excited for the campaign mostly. I really want to know what happens with Osiris and Sagira, and hopefully even just a mention of Saint 14 would make me happy.
I'm
did you go look up that shotgun I told you about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty excited for the campaign too. I mean, I think I'm excited to see what I'm excited for an expectation to be set about what we can expect from, the second DLC and any other future DLCs they decide to do, as far as the campaign goes. Because I want to know like what I'm walking into as far as all that goes every time that I purchase a new DLC. And I hope that I know it's supposed to be short, from what different reviewers and journalists have said, and Twitch streamers and all that. But no one's really talked about quality yet. I've heard mixed things about the quality, but I'm hoping that we're getting something that's more than what we got from like House of Wolves and Dark Below.
The problem with the reports of it being short was, I mean, Destin Legary's thing was perfect. He said he had to rush through the story. It's like, of course, it's going to be short when you rush through a story, but when you're playing through the story and you're supplementing gameplay with, public events, or hell, maybe even the strike playlist, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not having to be shuffled through and rushed through the story like they were, I think we'll probably get a maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 hour story, which for $35, dude, I'm cool with, right?
Well, and the other thing is too, like
Uncharted Lost Legacy was 4 hours, and that was $40. So,
well, in the other,
if you're basing hour content on hours, and I'm cool with it. At least I am.
The other side of that too is that, and I think we've said this before, at least I've said this before, is that like I'm not buying Curse of Osiris for the story. Like it's a nice addition to me buying the game, but like I'm buying it for the content. And if there's a really short 3 to 4 hour campaign, but the content gives me a new reason to log in every day, then that's money well spent. It's the same thing now. Like if I judge the quality of Destiny 2 based off of the 5-6 hour campaign that's in the game, then I would be really disappointed. But I everything else is what makes me come back to this game. The story is just a nice caveat.
That's
I agree.
I don't. I think. Well, I mean, yeah, the gameplay is the thing, but I think the story.
I trust your methods.
I mean, like
I don't think
the lore.
I don't think if Destiny had a story or lore to it, I don't think I would play it as much.
The lore is important to me, but it's not like we get the substantial amount of story with every new Destiny release. Like, if I really wanted something that was completely story based, I'd be playing The Witcher right now, and we would be doing a Witcher podcast.
Yeah.
But
so there was supposed to be a stream, the final stream, kind of updating us on all the gear and the guns and stuff, but they canceled that for a detailed blog post.
Yeah.
That's addressing the state of. I think it was actually called the State of Destiny, right?
Yes. The
State of Destiny 2. And Trey, you're gonna go through that for us, right?
Yes, sir. I have it up right here. So
cool.
There's this big thing at the beginning, which we don't need to read, but kind of giving an idea of why they're doing this. And they split it into a couple different sections. So the first section is called Upcoming Update Overview. They had previously talked about in a THWAB different things that they were looking to do. It was very non-specific, and they didn't really have a plan of when it's pulling out. And so this is kind of addressing a lot of those things. The first section under that is called New Systems and Rewards to give our most engaged players additional optional pursuits, including a new weapon tier, Masterworks, which will feature stat trackers, random rerollable stat bonuses, unique item tooltips, and item detail screens.
You should skip through all of this and just go to December 5th and 12th.
Oh, okay.
Everything's covered in more detail in the sections that say December 5th and 12th. All the stuff.
I thought there was some.
Is like no, it's all like a recap. If you start at 5th and 12th, everything that's in that top part is covered in more detail on there.
I'm gonna just scroll through real fast because I have a couple things for the new year on here that aren't down there. So, a quitter penalty for PvP, that's coming next year. Also, private matches for PvP, and then the emo interface are things that they list. Also, duplication protection for added exotics. Anything out of those group that you guys want to talk about, or can I just move on to December stuff?
Nope.
Did you say ranked PvP?
Ranked PvP? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that's good. I think ranked PvP is actually really good, and I'm glad it's at the top of the. I don't care about it. I don't care about it at all. But I do know that a lot of players ask for it. A lot of players ask for ranked PvP. So the fact that they're putting that on their top priority for 2018 is it's really good. I think that's great.
Yeah, I agree. I think I think that there is a competitive I think there's a competitive slant to this game, and I can really see with the way that it's balanced right now, like there being some sort of, esport future. Not like Counter-Strike or Overwatch, but I think there is some sort of PvP future, and ranked is a good addition to kind of get it moving in that direction.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody's always wanted ranked PvP since Destiny 1's been coming out. All the PvP like content creators, and I think giving them this will. I know we're not getting it till the new year, but giving them this will hopefully put them at ease from what most of them are saying right now. And this plus private matches just opens the door for the competitive scene, pretty much to get started.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I don't know if Destiny has a future in esports. I don't know if I'd go that far. Just because of the way the PvP is actually set up and the way time to kill and stuff like that. It might, but I don't see it happening. However, it can definitely have a competitive future, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, did y'all ever watch the ESL or the MLG streams that they did with Destiny 1?
Mm-hmm. No, I mean I know about them. I never watched them.
They were pretty fun to watch. I mean, it was weird because they kept on going from like player to player, since that's the only way we could really commentate. I mean, we could spectate, but I mean, it was really competitive, and they were you could even though the game mode was Supremacy, you could see them actually attempting to use teamwork, and they were going through like they had KJ Hovey and Triple Rec and Crafty and all those dudes out there just murking on each other, and it was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, I think with Destiny 2 especially, like whether or not it happens, I think now that Chris has said that again, and kind of like it makes me think about the state of where the game is at now. So maybe Chris is right, and there's no esports future for this game. But I do think that the 4v4 and the more tactical approach, the way that PvE ends up working out most of the time, I think it lends itself better to PvP than Destiny 1 did. And it sounds like they made it work with Destiny 1. I didn't know that they ever did that. But I would be interested. But now that Chris has said that, I think he's probably right.
Yeah, and then the thing is like that's the thing is like, and we'll get to this. We'll get to my point. I have a point for Rich's rant points later on, but you have like Destiny 1 with MLG and all this other stuff. You had like you said, like Triple Rec. I don't know who else it is. That's the only guy I really know of. Slay Rage, whatever. All these guys, but that made a name for themselves in Twitch and PvP in Destiny 1. And we'll get to it later, but these are the same guys that just won't stop whining about this game. The threatening to leave and the threatening to do all this other shit, and it's like, just because of that, this game might not even have a future in fucking PvP because all the streamers are being whiny little bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. That's putting it very lightly.
Yeah, we'll see though. I hope it does have a future because this game's really great.
I love this game so much.
Yeah. Back to Legendary Masterworks. Masterworks will have a few advantages over the baseline Legendary weapons. They'll track and display the number of kills, generate orbs for you and your allies on multi-kills, and add weapon stat bonus that are selected randomly from a small pool and are re-rollable. Masterworks drop from any source of legendary weapons for characters above 250 power. Unwanted Masterworks can be dismantled into material that can be used to upgrade existing legendary weapons into Masterworks. Raid and Trials of the 9 weapons have a very high chance to be Masterworks, and they have future plans to extend Masterworks to other gear and expose your kill counts in more places.
That's exciting for me. The common misconception that's getting out there, everybody thinks that the Masterwork is going to be a random perk roll, which it's not going to be.
I keep seeing that. Like, I don't understand, and this, I'm going to sound super pretentious here, but I don't understand how people can't read. Like, not anything that Trey just said does it say anywhere that there's going to be a random perk roll. Doesn't say that anywhere. So why the fuck would you even think that they're gonna do whatever?
But I do think it's a good compromise between like what we've been saying, where it's like I don't want rerollable weapons ever again. I just don't want that. I don't want random perks. But and the people that do want it, because I think stat bonuses are way more manageable than you having a Uriel's gift that has Firefly in mind that makes it reload faster or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I really like this. The whole like I can get like my guide like a guiding star. I want that to be my first masterwork gun because I really like this auto rifle, and I think that having a guiding star with like more stability would just make this gun so fucking good.
Yeah, because don't you have a mod on right now specifically for that gun, right?
Yes,
so imagine that you didn't have to have that mod and it was just a stat bonus on it.
Or I have both, and it's just like it's like
it's a laser.
It's literally like a 720 round because this thing's a 720 round a minute gun, and it's 52 in the magazine. Like it's ridiculous. This gun is absolutely ridiculous, and if I can give it even more stability, yes please. Like that sounds great to me.
Yeah.
But I really like this masterwork system. I do because it'll and that's the thing is they weren't super. The one thing I'm not super clear on is every masterwork gun going to generate orbs, or is that an actual like
perk?
Is that a random thing? Like okay, this one generates orbs, but this one recharges grenades faster with every kill. You know what I mean?
I think that might be the random stat roll that you see with that, because I think the exact words they used were random stat roll. I don't even think they used random. I think they just used stat roll.
I think the random stat roll is going to be like the +10 to reload speed.
Add weapon stat.
Plus 10 to reload speed, or +10 to stability, or +10 to rate of fire, or something like that. I don't think we'll see like an impact on it like that. Then we'll make Reels get a little overpowered, but I don't think we'll see an impact on it.
Yeah, the exact wording they used was add weapon stat bonuses that are selected randomly from a small pool and are reloadable or re-rollable.
Right. So like those weapon stats is probably going to, like I said, be reload speed. It'll probably be stability. It'll probably be rate of fire, maybe. I think that's where the random comes from. But I would like to know if each masterwork has a different, another different perk, like a perk added onto it. Because if you look at the picture, it shows a picture of Uriel's gift, and it's basically another mod. And when you have that open, it actually, and you see the mods you can choose from when you hover over the actual mod. It looks like there's 2 mods in their inventory. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe each masterwork will do something different, other than just like randomly drop orbs.
Yeah.
Like maybe one will recharge grenades faster, or one will, for every kill you get extra power ammo or something like that.
Well, it looks like the way they listed it that it's standard for all masterwork weapons, but they don't confirm 100% if it's going to work that way.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it could be
exactly.
anything.
I really like the orb thing. Like,
I do too.
That'll go handy in the raid.
It'll go handy in raid. Also, if if you can get a multi-kill in PvP and still drop an orb, that'd be great.
Well,
like that would be awesome.
One of the things that we talked about after the beta was that like super time is still or was ridiculous, and it was way worse in the beta than it is now. But now it's still not the way that I would want it to be. So I like the idea of kind of increasing the time to super without making it a stat necessarily, or like
maybe. I've found that I enjoy the super time because I can get my super twice in a match usually, unless somebody just gets stomped. But if it's a game that goes to time, I can usually get my super twice, which I think is okay. Like that's not bad. I know in Destiny 1 you could probably get it like 3 times, maybe 4 if you're just wrecking. So I like the 2 because it makes you use it tactfully. So it's not just like, oh, I got my super, fucking throw the bomb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fair point. And I guess in the way that I was talking about it specifically was in PvE content. I don't think it really needs to be adjusted that much for PvP. But with PvE, it would be nice to be getting my super
Even
a little bit more often.
Yeah, I could agree with that. That one I totally could agree with. Because it would be nice to be able to Nova Bomb. Well, that's the thing too, is like freaking there's those exotics that you just kind of know, are just great for getting supers back. I mean, Night Stalkers, you should have your super up at all points in time if you're running Orpheus Rig. You know what I mean? And if you're running it right. Void Walkers, run Skull of Ahamkara if you really don't feel like you have enough Void energy for your shit. If not, run Nezarec Sin, because Nezarec Sin's still really great. I don't play Titan enough, so I don't know anything about Titans, but you have pulse grenades, so stop whining.
Yeah, you don't need a super. Your super is your pulse grenades. Congratulations.
Super.
Don't be jealous.
Yeah, seriously, I am jealous. Those pulse grenades are fucking dumb.
Are you guys ready to move on to the next thing?
Yeah, to end it, I really like Masterwork Systems. I think it's great.
Me too.
I think it's a great step forward in making weapons, which is going to be cool. Like I don't want random rolls. I still don't think it's okay that there are people out there that never got the God Roll Imago loop. I don't think that's okay at all. But I do like the idea of feeling like your weapon is unique to you. Like you tailored your weapon to the way you play this game.
Yeah,
I really, really like that idea.
Are you saying you want individuality in this game, Chris?
Yes, I do.
Next up, and just for clarification, right now, these are all the things that are coming on December 5th. There's also a section for December 12th.
Wait, Masterworks is December 5th?
Yes.
Really? I thought they were December 12th. Oh my god.
They have the... Oh my fucking god, you're right, it's 12th. The way that they have this structured is stupid. They have, like, the first thing is December 12th, the second thing is December 5th. You are so right. I'm sorry.
Oh, man, now I'm sad again.
Now I'm bummed. On December 5th, we will be getting armor ornaments. They'll be added for some existing armor sets for more visual customization without losing your shaders or mods. These ornaments will be unlocked by completing objectives specific to each set and permanently unlocked account-wide, just like exotic weapon ornaments. They'll be applied to your base pieces that you may already have collected and can now unlock on vendors if not. In Season 2, the following sets will have ornaments unlocked in their respective activities: Vanguard Faction, Crucible, Trials of the Nine, Iron Banner, Dead Orbit, Future Oracle, New Monarchy, and Eater of Worlds Raid Layer Armor.
Huh.
Yes. Cool.
Did y'all watch the trailer?
No, I have not.
Yeah, the newest one?
Yeah, the ornaments that they showed off in there look the same as they did, almost exactly how the ornaments did in Age of Triumph.
I don't agree with that, but okay.
You mean
like that horn, that big glowing yellow horn protruding from that Titan's helmet, kind of looked like what the Crota helmet looked like in Age of Triumph.
Yeah, I don't fully agree with that, but yeah, it's still great. Because we don't know what that ornament's coming from. Because I've never seen armor that looks like even remotely close to what that Titan was wearing. In any preview that they've done, or any trailer that I've seen, that's the first time I've seen that Titan armor look like that. So for all we know, that could be the ornamented raid layer armor, which is fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, because in that trailer they showed off the hunt. There's 3 Guardians doing the stupid dance because Bungie thinks it's funny to show off armor like that every single fucking trailer, which is fine.
Are you saying it's not funny, Chris?
Are you talking about the Saturday Night Fever dance?
Yes, the Saturday Night Fever dance. Well, whatever the fuck they're doing at the time. So they got 3 Guardians showing off 3 different sets of armor. The Hunter's clearly wearing the New Monarchy ornamented armor, which looks great. I think the New Monarchy ornamented armor looks fucking cool as shit. The Warlock looks like he's wearing like Vex themed ornamented armor, which is cool. don't tell them what that's going to be. It could be anything. I don't know, actually, to be honest with you.
It could be the Lighthouse Engram armor.
Yeah, it could be ornamented Lighthouse Engram armor. Yeah, absolutely. But the Titan's wearing this really, I think it's cool. Like, I think the armor is very cool looking. And the helmet, yes, it does have the horn like from Crota, but it's not quite the same. But it looks badass, and I'm really excited that it's not just like Iron Banner and Trials armor that's getting these ornaments. I'm really happy that, you know, PvE armor is getting this stuff too. So it gives everybody something to chase. You know, I would love for the raid lair to have really cool armor. Number one, because I hate the raid armor in Destiny 2 as it is. I would really like for the raid lair armor to be freaking cool looking. And then, like, to unlock the ornament, you have to complete one of the ornament. You have to complete the raid 10 times, right? Or to unlock another one, you have to complete 3 challenges, or, you know, something like that. Like, I love this idea of ornamented stuff. I just really, really, really like this idea. I mean, it's not a new idea. It's something that was in Destiny 1, and we're still not sure why it wasn't in Destiny 2, but still. Point being, it's good shit.
Yeah, it gives you a lot more things to chase. A lot of stuff to chase.
Yep. Because one of the in the picture, I'm sure you have it up, Trey. One of the ornaments, it says to unlock it, you have to have 25 Iron Banner wins, and that's not, you know, that's not necessarily easy. You know, it's not like you're getting. Some people can get that in a day, sure. But for the normal player, people can't get that in a day. You know what I mean? That could be a week's worth of Iron Banner play for some people.
Yeah.
So that's good. Like, that's really, really good.
People couldn't even get 10 rank ups in 1 week. Imagine how many wins. 25 wins is a lot.
Yeah. So that's good, though. That's good. It's good that, and I hope at some point in time Bungie understands this. We love this game, but I'm also not the guy who's going to sit here and say this game's perfect, because it's not.
Yeah, for sure.
There's plenty of things that can improve in this game, and I am on the side of the game is a little too casual, in the fact that it's okay for players to achieve something in this game that other players will never achieve. I think that's okay. Yeah. I think it's okay that somebody's going to walk around with ornamented Trials armor that I'm never going to get. I will never ever get that, and I'm okay with that. And I think Bungie needs to realize that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? Not everybody needs to feel included in Trials gear or Trials ornamented armor. Does that make sense?
It's the carrot on the stick thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, but that was the game that we had with Destiny 1, and the problem with the way that the game was initially, like, you know, kind of set up was that so many people complained about it, and I think what they're having problems with is finding the balance between, like, what is okay to make exclusive and what will make the you know, casual to mid-tier player want to, or frustrated. And I think that, like, you know, the Lighthouse was one of those things. I really like the way that they've changed it now, where it's like you can make some, you know, impact on the Trials of the Nine stuff even if you don't go flawless. But the Lighthouse is one of those things where it's like, it really sucks that I never went to the Lighthouse. It does. It sucks that I needed to be really good at PvP to see that.
I agree, but, you know, when it comes to, like, customized armor, I don't think that makes too much of a difference. Does that make sense? Yeah, like ornamented armor, I think that's where the line can be drawn. Like, it's okay for people not to have Trials ornamented armor or Iron Banner ornamented armor. That's okay.
That's your trophy. That's the trophy.
Right.
Like,
exactly. But like what Trey's saying, the fact that content, you know, for the most part, that's content. You know, that's something that's in the game, story-wise. That kind of content was locked off to players who never went flawless in Trials. That's where you cross the line.
Yeah.
And that's where I totally get where people complained about it. Because, I mean, I never complained, but it would have been awesome to go to the Lighthouse of Destiny 1. I never did. I don't think none of us did.
No, but my wife did.
Yeah. Except your wife, who doesn't even have Destiny 2.
I love the idea. I love the idea of ornamented armor just because it gives us more stuff to do. It just gives us a lot of stuff to do, and that's good.
Yeah. Next up.
Yeah, like I was. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was really upset that I didn't get all the raid ornaments before Age of Triumph was over. That upset me.
Yeah, because now you can't
But
wear that cool ornamented armor in Destiny 2.
Right, but was that the game's fault, Rich, or was that the fact that you just didn't have time to grind for it?
That was the fact that I didn't have time to grind for it. I didn't have time because I ran 3 raids a week every week, and I still didn't get all of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and you know that's the thing is like it's hard. It's a gray line, right? It's hard to be like, well, you just didn't play enough, Rich. That's kind of your fault. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's really not, because it's like you just play Destiny a shit ton.
yeah.
So it's not necessarily your fault, but at the same time, it's like you could have done it. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I think, like, you know, there are examples of them doing it bad, and they're finding that balance. It's the same thing with, like, how many times did we do the raid and you never got that cool taking ghost shell? You know?
Yeah, that's true. Also,
Yeah.
I still even this raid. I mean, we haven't done this raid nearly as much as we did Destiny 1, but I still don't have Midnight Coup, and that makes me very upset. 'Cause that gun's fucking cool as shit.
Or Alone as a God. I don't have Alone as a God either.
Yeah.
Sniper.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Next up, on December 12th, faction armor and weapons will be unlocked for purchase for legendary shards and faction tokens on most faction vendors. All 5 armor sets will always be
shit.
present, and weapons will rotate weekly on factions that have them. Slots will be unlocked by claiming reward engrams from their respective faction. You will get credit for engrams you may have already claimed since launch.
Huh.
That's good. That's good. That's everything. Everything you're saying is good because, again, there was a guy on Twitter who posted that he had opened 120 different Iron Banner packages. He even showed his emblem to prove it. 120 Iron Banner packages and still didn't get a full set of Warlock armor. That's not okay. Like,
No.
that's where it's like, that's not good. That's not good at all. So the
That's-
fact that
Yeah.
that's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So the fact now that you can as you level up, you open up the ability to buy each set of armor. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the token system doesn't work. Unfortunately, I don't mind it. It hasn't ruined my experience because I've gotten most of the things that I've wanted. But having everything locked to tokens like that, it just doesn't work. And I think that them acknowledging that and changing it is a good step forward.
Yeah, variety. We need variety. We need different ways to earn the gear that we want to wear.
Yes, that's the whole thing. Is what I'm really looking forward to is, so they said the armor slots will be unlocked per rank. So your head, your chest, your arms, your legs, and your class item will all be unlocked per rank, and those will always be there. The 6th slot will be taken up by a random gun every week. Every week or every day. I think it's every week. So really, Rich, for the raid, we just have to wait for Midnight Coup to pop up on that rotation. You know, there's no more there's no more like, oh fuck, now I gotta go run the raid again and try to get it. Oh, look at that. It's my 19th Ghost Primus. Thanks, Destiny. Appreciate it. Now we just have to wait for Midnight Coup to be on that 6th slot, and we just need to make sure that we've ranked up Benny enough. So that's good. I love it. That's great. Like, everything that they're saying for December 5th and forward is good. You know?
Yeah.
It's good.
Next up, on December 12th, Xur will have some new offerings for players collecting exotics. Every week you'll be able to acquire one of the new faded engrams using legendary shards that will decrypt as exotics that aren't already in your collection. A simpler 3 of coins that boosts exotic drop rates from any source for 4 hours. No obscure stacking mechanics or need to reapply before every boss. these cost legendary shards, and you can have as many as you like. I before, not to cut in on my own thing, even though I just talked.
No, go ahead.
I don't like the Xur changes because I think that they are mostly obsolete with other systems that are in the game. We already have a consumable item. To be fair, like, you have to purchase it with Bright Dust, which has a monetary value. But we already have an item like that in the game, so you don't necessarily need 3 of coins. And I think that if we're going to add in this engram that guarantees you the kind of drops that you want, you don't really need to rebalance the exotic system. Because I know it sucks for people that they're planning on doing in January. I know it sucks for people that like keep getting the same exotic drops all the time. I was one of those people. But why do you need to rebalance the system if I'm guaranteed a drop from Xur every week? Like, just leave the system as it is, or give Xur something else that's worth having.
I think because if we read further into 2018, I think the Faded Engram is a band-aid until they can get. Did we get the thing? Are you guys still with me? I think
we got the thing. We got the thing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we.
I think the Faded Engram's a band-aid until they can get item duplication figured out. Because let's say you never get an exotic drop ever again in Destiny 2. You theoretically would be able to get all the exotics from Xur, from buying and from the Faded Engram in probably a couple of months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I got a feeling like this is more of a band-aid until they can get items figured out. Personally.
Well, I hope that's the case, but Xur is. I mean, honestly, at this point, I really feel like Xur is obsolete. They don't really seem to know what they're doing with him anymore. And I would rather than just get rid of him than keep doing this weird dance trying to figure out what makes him work.
Yeah, I agree, especially with how high drop rates are already. I mean, remember that one weekend I had 7 exotics in one weekend?
Yeah, and you got like 5 new things from it. I mean, mind you, that was at launch and you had less exotics overall, but...
Right. But it's possible. You know, that's the point. It's 100% possible to get all the exotics without the help of Xur. I have every exotic in the game, and the only thing Xur helped me with was Hardlight, because he was selling it last weekend or the weekend before.
Yeah.
Only time Xur helped me get exotics in this game. So I don't know. I don't know why the changes to Xur are a thing. I don't know why there's 3 coins. Go ahead.
Can I play devil's advocate on those 2 things real quick?
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Okay, so the way I'm seeing it is Bungie wants to make sure casuals can get whatever they want without putting in the time that we put into it, right? They want everybody to be able to get their weapons and their gear the way they want to get it in the time that they have to get it. So what the Faded Engram and this 3 of coins is doing is it is giving casuals an opportunity to be able to get whatever they need without having to grind so long for it. Because if they don't enjoy the grind, just wait until Friday, save up your legendary shards, and then get 6 or 7 Faded Engrams.
See, I can see that, but that grind isn't bad. Like, you turn on one of those, what are they called? I'm actually pulling it up right now.
Fire team medallions.
Yeah, turn on a fire team medallion, and go do 3-4 public events, and you're guaranteed like an exotic almost. Like, that was what we did when Chris got those 8 exotics, and even that weekend I got like 5 or 6, which is not a bad amount to get. Like, it's not like Destiny 1 where, you know, I never got a natural drop of Gallarhorn, and I never got the awesome sniper that, you know, reloaded itself.
Icebreaker.
Yeah, I never got Icebreaker. Like, those are things that I never got, but naturally. So with Destiny 2, it's like I've played significantly less time than Chris. I've played 130 hours, but that is way less than Chris has played. And I still had all of the exotics that you could earn randomly before him. All the exotic weapons that you could get naturally before him. The only exotic weapon that I'm missing is the one that you get for doing the Nightfall, special
Acris.
Nightfall. Yeah. So that's only 130 hours, and that's RNG and all that, but it's not like it's not possible. And so I don't understand why you have to cater to the casuals in this sense. And that's
Right.
and that's coming from someone who kind of wants to be catered to a little bit.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is the thing about exotics in Destiny 2 is they weren't just random drops in Destiny 1. Some of them were, totally. Icebreaker was, Gallarhorn was. Those were random drops, but for the most part, I would say 60% of the exotics in Destiny 1, at least vanilla Destiny 1, were earned in some sort of quest.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But
you had to go do something to get them. Bad Juju, Plan C, Invective. All those were bounty based or quest based, whatever you want to call it.
But yeah, but didn't you still have to rely on RMG for that quest to proc?
Yes, for
Yes,
some of them.
but it's what my point is it's significantly easier to get exotics in Destiny 2 vanilla. And now they're making it even easier to get exotics in Destiny 2 expansion 1.
Yeah.
Like it's easy. It's going to take significantly less time to get all the exotics unless they are adjusting the drop rates and not saying anything about it. Which can totally be a thing.
Well, it could to further the devil's advocate argument. It doesn't have to mean casuals. Maybe they're doing this for like the PvP players who don't get exotics as much. Because if you're a pure PvP person, you're gonna get an exotic maybe once every 15 to 20 matches.
Yeah, but if you're also a pure PvP player, then you're not using exotics.
Well, and there's something to be said.
It's just not worth it in PvP.
There's something to be said about that. But at the same time, like that's not a problem with that's a problem that you need to fix with your drop system. You should, if PvP players aren't getting exotic drops as much as PvE players, then that's something that you need to turn around and look at and adjust on that end. You don't need to add a cushion by giving people an exotic that they haven't earned just by selling it. And again, I don't have an issue with that being a thing. Like, it's nice that every week I can go to Xur and be guaranteed to get something that I need and that's worthwhile. I can support that, but I don't support having that in the game if you're gonna adjust the drop system to stop people from getting duplicate items, because what's the point in having that engram there? So hopefully, like Chris is saying, it's a stopgap, but if it is a stopgap and they take it away, what are they going to replace it with to give me a reason to keep going to Xur?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Xur. That's yeah. I don't. Yeah. I literally can't think. I'm trying to even speak right now why Xur is even in the game.
He doesn't need to be anymore.
He doesn't need to be in the game anymore, especially with the way they have drop rates on exotics.
Or
but they
turn around and do
Xur's
something crazy.
Xur's in the game because the 9 are in the game. Trials of the 9 is a big deal in the game.
You know that's fine, but yeah, from a lore perspective, I understand why Xur's in the game. Then make him a more unique vendor. Don't let him do exotics anymore, because we don't need an exotic vendor at all.
Yeah.
We just don't.
And they even changed the currency that he accepts. Like, he accepted strange coins because they were wanted by the 9. The 9 wanted the strange coins. Now we just give him legendary shards.
Now we give him legendary shards. Yeah.
Thank God they took strange coins out of this game.
Yeah, seriously. Which also is actually real. Well, they took strange coins out and added every fucking planet token.
Yeah, I mean that's
So
true, but at least planet tokens are easy to get.
Yeah, that's true. They took out one currency and added 5 more currencies. Like, what the fuck? But one good thing too about all of this that we're talking about is they all also cost legendary shards. So the extra 2,000 legendary shards that some people actually have will, be. We can spend our money on shit finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
Next up, on December 5th, Banshee will have some updates on the weapon and armor mod front. For players wanting to clear some mod inventory space, rare quality mods will dismantle into gunsmith materials and have a chance to produce legendary quality mod components. For players chasing specific legendary mods, including legendary kinetic mods, Banshee will offer a selection of specific legendary mods for direct purchase, with a selection that will rotate daily and cost legendary shards and mod components.
Does that mean rares are going to automatically decode or decrypt or whatever you want to call it? Or do we actually still have to go and do it?
I think we would still have to do it, right?
From what it sounds like, it looks like you'll still be able to craft the legendary quality ones. But if
no, I know, but the rare ones, what like?
Hold
on. So the rare ones, they're gonna decrypt, or you can break them down into weapon parts, right? Is that what he said? Weapon parts?
Let me explain what I was trying to say. I was getting to a point and then I got yeah. So you can still craft them with rare, or if you decrypt them, they will have a chance to give you legendary quality mod components, but they'll still give you regular components, and I'm sorry. They'll give you a chance to get legendary components that you can use to purchase mods through Banshee. So you can break rares down. They might give you legendary mods, but if you want guaranteed legendary quality mod components, you'll have to break down legendaries. But it sounds like you can still use them to craft if you get a stack of 3.
Okay, because right now, like, I don't even know what you get if you break down a rare mod. What do you even get?
Glimmer?
I'm going to look right now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I don't have any. Yeah, tell us what you get when you break one down.
I got 25 Glimmer.
Okay, so now a rare one's it has a chance of giving you a legendary modification, and it's gonna give you weapon parts to spend at Banshee. That's fine.
And they'll give you gunsmith materials, which they don't really explain what gunsmith materials are.
Sorry, that's what I meant by currency at Banshee.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so currency. This is the part of the update that sparked a rant from a certain streamer in the community that started my saltiness this week. Chris tweeted me.
What did he say?
It was Gathalion, Daddy, Granddaddy.
He sounded like such a fucking baby, man.
Oh, it was so bad, man. He was there. He called Luke Smith and who's the community guy?
Oh no, Chris. No, it was Luke and and Chris Barrett. He was talking to those.
Barrett, yeah. And he called them by their first names, first of all. Luke, Chris, you can do better. It's fucking boring. Cool, yeah, I don't use this shit.
Yeah, gimme. He spoke to Luke Smith and Chris Barrett like they were children. It's like, dude, you know what? Check your fucking ego at the door, dude. You don't have the right to talk to these developers like that. You just don't.
Pausing real fast in this conversation. We're not going to do this all the time because hopefully one day we'll have more people, but thank you for watching Foxy Boy Net.
Oh, hey, Foxy. Thanks for watching.
Oh, hi, Foxy. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just want to make sure we acknowledged him before he left.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for watching, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. But yeah, it was just.
Yeah,
what did he say? Give me planetary mods. Give me exotic mods. Give me trials mods. Give me PvP mods.
And you know what I said in my tweet? I 100% agree with him. I think the mod system could be completely and utterly the best thing in this game. Where if you, let's say there's a mod that adds Firefly to a gun. It doesn't matter what gun it is. It's a mod. It's an exotic mod that adds Firefly to a gun, and the only way to get it is running a raid lair on Prestige and killing the final boss, and there's only a 5% chance of you getting it. You want to grind? There you go. There's your grind. And it's great, and it's amazing, and the reward you get for it is great. Like, I agree with Gathalion. 100%.
I agree too, but his tone and the way he was talking was all wrong.
Yeah, yes. I mean, just because you are a streamer that streams Destiny, it does not give you the right to talk to somebody like that. It just doesn't.
And that opened the floodgates, dude, for everybody.
I know, dude. It's gotten bad.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
we'll have that conversation later. Yeah, I mean, I think aside from his tone and tenor, I agree. I don't think that the mod system isn't horrible, but it's not great either. And there's a lot of potential there for them to do something really, really cool. And I hope that they figure that out. From what I understand, they're still looking at adjusting that system even more, but those are what they can do right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, that's a great first step. It really, really is. Giving us a way to get the kinetic mods. Those are the hardest ones to get.
Yep. And you can't craft them, can you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you have to get them. You have to put 2 legendary mods together and buy that mod at Banshee. something like that. You have to use legendary modifications that advance you to randomly get a kinetic mod.
Yeah, you have to purchase them. You can't craft them.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You use legendary modifications to buy them, right? Anyway, I think it's a good step in the right direction. I just hope they do really in 2018, like really like give us a really robust mod system, because the mod system can be the thing that everybody's been asking for in the random rolls, right? The random rolls and the random perks and all that other shit can be done through mods. And I think that's their middle ground that they've been looking for to make it work. I think. I'm not a developer, but it sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
No, yeah. When it comes to the mods, I mean, it's right now all the mods are good for is getting you to 305, and I just think that
and
like that conversation
and a little bit of stability for guiding stuff.
Yeah. I think if we can get to a point where mods replace, like you know how the raid gear in D1 had a specific thing it did in that specific raid encounter. I think if the mods can replace that, it would make things 100% better.
Yeah, I agree. I think that those are some of the cool things that mods can do, and I think that giving, like, not making them easy, like things that you have to earn, like in order to get those mods, you have to play the raid. Like those are some of the cool things it can do.
Yep.
And
one mod I think would be really cool is because like you and Chris like to run the gauntlet, so it would be a boot mod or a helmet mod, so you could see the alterations to the gauntlet before they happen.
Yeah.
On your helmet.
Oh,
you know
that's a little bit more in depth than I was thinking. I was thinking more of like a boot mod that just made you run faster in the gauntlet. As long as you're holding that little ball, you run faster. Or for the dogs, a mod lets you do more damage to the dogs. You know, some little things like that.
Or a boot mod can make you invisible to the dog.
Well,
yeah.
And it also gives you a reason to have gear sets. Like right now, there's really not. You know, like I mean, sure, you might want to have your Solar Arc and Void, but let's be real. Most people are playing one subclass at a time. But like, it would be cool if I had an actual raid set of armor, kind of like in Destiny 1. It's like you didn't have to wear the raid armor to be viable in the raid, but if you had it, you should be wearing it because it just made it that much easier.
Yep.
So,
agreed.
Next up, for players chasing a world legendary or looking for masterworks, Master Rahul will sell some of his rumored hoard of legendary engrams for legendary shards.
You call him Rahul.
That's his actual name.
Rahul.
Oh, I don't care. I hate him. Like, why am I gonna give him the time of day to learn his actual fucking name?
Well, I mean, like, so that means 1 week he's gonna be selling an EDZ engram. Next week he'll be selling an IO engram, right? That's what that is, pretty much.
You know what? I don't know. Does I mean, you say world weapons? Yes, that's you know, yes, that's what I took out of it as well. But I don't know if like maybe 1 week he's selling EDZ and you have to use EDZ tokens to buy whatever it is from him. Sure, like that's fine. But again, that is counteracting it's counteracting what they're doing. They're adding the Masterwork system into the game so people have a reason to go out and grind for a weapon, to go out and try to get that perfect, you know, for me, get that guiding star with stability. That's the reason the Masterwork system's there. And now with Rahul every week, now you have even you can just get it that way. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here?
Yeah.
Instead of actually going out into the world to go get it as a drop, now you can just go to Rahul. So you don't, theoretically, you don't even have to go to the world to go get these things. You just go to Rahul every week, and you use your EDZ tokens to fucking buy them. This is where I don't understand their thinking, and I do understand their thinking. It's for the casuals. It's for people who don't have the time to go grind for these masterwork weapons. I get it.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's unprecedented. Rahul sold legendary engrams in Destiny 1, and they would rotate every week.
That's true. And of course, the argument is, well, just don't use them. Like,
Well,
sure, that is a valid argument.
To be fair, they also said in the part about switching over from allowing you to buy specific pieces of gear from vendors with tokens. They said most vendors will be switching over to that system. So I wonder if planetary vendors aren't switching over.
I don't know. I doubt planetary vendors. Are you saying planetary vendors will sell Masterworks?
No, I'm saying. Oh, maybe I'm not understanding the conversation that's happening. But I'm saying that maybe you won't be able to buy. Like maybe planet vendors will still be RNG based rather than having gear that you can buy every week. That's specific.
No, all vendors are going to that.
No, it says most vendors.
Oh, most vendors.
So I wonder if planetary vendors are going to be. Let me go back and I'll just read that just to confirm.
I would assume planetary vendors are going to go to that system. I don't see why they wouldn't, especially since they sell gear. I think by most vendors they mean like, well, no.
Yeah, it says
Stack, Zavala maybe.
It says
like Ikora is a vendor. That
Yeah.
might be something where they say most vendors. Ikora might not be part of that.
Yeah, I mean the quote is faction armor and weapons will be unlocked for purchase for legendary shards and faction tokens on most faction vendors, and it doesn't really list anyone specifically. Like it doesn't even talk about which ones are switching over. So maybe that's why they're putting it in, because world vendors aren't changing.
Maybe, but I think they consider world vendors factions. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but they might. I think they do. But we'll see. I mean, it's literally 4 days away, so we'll find out pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. December 12th, Commanders Zavala and Lord Shaxx will sell gift consumables for legendary shards that can be used during a strike or crucible match that will serve the following functions. Grants bonus rewards to everyone in that activity upon completion, friend or foe alike. Award anything from faction tokens to a round of exotics for... Awards anything from faction tokens to a round of exotics for everyone in the match. Again, it makes that change that they added on to Xur seem even more worthless. Now you have way more currency that is supposed to guarantee you drops.
So when they say gift, is that going to be for the dawning only?
It doesn't say that.
No. This token or this consumable that you pop, let's say you pop one before you go into a PvP match, there's a chance that it will gift people a exotic. In other words, like there's a chance every single person, all 8, even your opponents, will get an exotic drop from PvP. That's what they're saying there. It's not a gift i.e. gift from the Donnie or anything like that. They mean like you'll gift, like quote unquote gift somebody an exotic.
Okay.
Because it's your consumable that you use. But again, like Trey said, it's there for every grindy thing they put into the game, they counterbalance it with this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not bad. That's good for the casuals, sure. And like I said, as a hardcore or what they call a hobbyist, you don't have to take part in the Fated Engrams or these little consumables that Shaxx and Zavala are going to have. But the allure is there, right? It's like, oh, I just need one more exotic. Let's just fucking use it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The problem that I have is it doesn't even really have to do with the fact that these exist. It's that there's so many different versions of them. Why do I need to have 4 different types of currency that will increase my chances of getting exotics? I think it's cool that they have this for strikes and PvP. I think that both of those playlists will probably need it to make the rewards balance out with the rewards that you get from doing public events. But get rid of the Fire Team medallion and get rid of the 3 of coins. We don't need them. Or just have 1 of them. Like, we don't need 4 different currencies to give us more exotics. And it has nothing to do with me. I don't have a problem with a casual audience having an easier way of getting exotics. I really don't. But I also truly believe, coming off of Destiny 1, getting exotics is not hard. It just isn't. It's not hard anymore. So if you're a casual player and you're not getting exotic drops often, you're not putting in the bare minimum amount of time into the game, so why do we need to cater to you? That's the difference. There are some casual people that jump in for 3 or 4 hours a week because that's all they have, and I understand those people. But we don't need to accommodate the tourists who are literal tourists who jump in for an hour every month and expect the same rewards from everyone else that everyone else is getting.
Did you guys listen to the podcast that Luke, Mark, and Eric Osborne did?
Yes, which is awesome. It was really cool they did that.
Yeah, and Luke even said he said maybe we did cater too much to the tourists and not enough to the hobbyists. So they know that they might have swung too far one way, and that's good. It's good that they're acknowledging it. And it's not they didn't do anything bad. They just might have balanced a little too far one way, for a large portion of the community.
Well, and I think that when your game is launching, you kind of have to do that, like, because every tourist that you get in a game is a potential hobbyist, you know.
Yep.
So you kind of have to you have to make it seem easy and make it seem fun. But they also said on the podcast that now we're at the point where we need to start adjusting the game to cater to the hobbyists and to give them reasons to come back. And this is one of those things that makes me question if they're actually doing that. Which, if they're not, that's fine, but be clear about it.
But also in that podcast they did, and not necessarily like counteract the point or anything, but they did say it's like, it's not easy to change this. It's not easy to change what they've already set in place in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
It's not something they can just flip a switch and be like, okay, everything's good now, guys. It's like they gave an example, like it takes 3 weeks of, it takes like a week for them to discuss, okay, is this a bad thing? Is this bad? We need to figure out if whatever is a problem, is it bad? Okay, it's bad. Now we got to test it for 3 weeks. So we're already at a month of, deciding whether or not it's worth changing. And then who knows how long it takes to actually make the change. Like I completely agree with you, Trey, but hopefully, like my point being is hopefully these things that we're talking about here in February won't be an issue anymore, right? Because they'll have time to test these things. Yeah.
What do you think, Rich?
I don't know. I think they're doing it. On one side, I see my friends that are casuals and they have a good time with the game because they can get what they want when they want it. On the other hand, I see our point of view because we see these people getting what they want. We see it's like the clan engrams. We bust our ass in the raid and in PvP, and everybody gets the raid gear. Potentially, could get Midnight Coup from what's her face, Hawthorne, and we never got it, busting our ass in the raid, but somebody could get it, even if it's at 15 power. I mean, still, you know what I mean?
That was a bug. That doesn't happen anymore. Now it drops at whatever, something close to whatever the power is.
Yeah, so I mean, I can see both sides of the argument, but I mean, I'm kind of for the hobbyist side because that's what we do. We play more than normal people do.
Well, and my thing is, like, for me, it's not even an argument of hobbyist versus casual. My problem that I have is that this game baseline is really welcoming to the casual player. I don't have a problem with the way that things are now, even though they're really slanted to a casual player. But I do think that you can go to the extreme of being too accommodating, which affects the hobbyists, because if it's easy for the casuals, it's also easy for you. And it means that you can't come, like, you can't, there's not a reason to come back because you already got all the shit that you wanted, and there's no work for it. Like, there are practically no real exotic quests in this game. There's 4 of them. Like, those were fun in Destiny 1. Yeah.
Sturm, Mida, Acreus. 3?
Sturm, Mida, Acreus.
Oh, and Rat King. Rat King's the other one.
Rat King.
Yeah. And so my problem isn't that, like, oh, they're making this game easy for casuals. It's that right now it already really is good for casuals. It's really accommodating, and that's awesome, but we don't need to make it more accommodating. because then you start
Right.
affecting everyone else.
Right, but that goes back to my original point. Like, it's okay to have a lot of your game be accommodating to casuals or to the tourists, like they call them. That's okay, but just supplement that with stuff for us. Supplement that where I can walk around the tower with this badass fucking armor because I went and did the raid 50 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something that will never accomplish, and that's okay. Like, that is okay that that's a thing, because that'll give them possibly something to stick around for in the future. Maybe that will get them to turn into a hobbyist, go from tourist to hobbyist. Is seeing that guardian walk around in this fucking cool armor, messaging them, and saying, "Hey, how did you get that?" It's like, "Oh, it's the raid armor, but it's ornamented, so you have to finish the raid 50 times, and you have to prestige the raid or do 15 challenges on the prestige mode. Like, you have to do all this shit that we do or that we're willing to do, and have that, make that a thing, and it'd still be okay. Still have all these easy ways to get all the things."
Yeah.
Yeah.
December 12th, exploit safeguards on chests and resource nodes are greatly relaxed, and players should encounter them less frequently. Even if they
That's
do,
silly.
even if they do, drop rates for tokens is only reduced to 30% instead of 0%, and Glimmer will be ineffective. We want to associate a visual indicator with this in a future update, but we weren't able to pull that off in this update. But we hear you. You think that's bad?
I just-
Is that the token thing? Is that what that was? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was.
That's what I'm assuming it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Just I don't. It's a thing that is in the game that I understand that they can't change in 3 months' time, but stop reinforcing the token system. Stop it.
Yep.
The token system is
If you-
definitely not the best system in the world.
Put it this way: if you could go to Chuck E. Cheese, win at skee ball once, and just keep on putting a ball in zero, would you keep doing it?
Yeah,
Right,
but
exactly.
I think I'm fine with this change because, and I mean, whether or not we like it, like, tokens are here, but as someone who gets hit by that frequently because I'm a hunter main and I play Night Stalker, so I see all the chests and nodes on the map at all times, and I like getting these tokens because I guess I have that skee ball mentality. But like the cooldowns weren't. The problem with the cooldowns is I feel like they hit too frequently and they lasted too long. So I'm glad they're adjusting it because it's really annoying. And I like the satisfaction of collecting resources and stuff. And it sucks to not get a reward for it.
Yeah, sure, but also in there was hidden like resource stuff will give you more. Who left? Oh, Rich left.
I mean, he's still
Going
in
to the tower.
Discord, though, so.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm going to the tower.
Oh, that's what, I need to go to the tower too.
All right, let's go.
Not yet. I'm still in the middle of this fight.
Oh, tell me right
But hidden in there is like resources give you this. You'll get more tokens. You're still gonna, and granted, you're gonna be using more tokens. I think this is why I think planetary vendors totally are gonna sell stuff on a rotating basis, because you are gonna start getting more tokens.
Was
And
there anything
tokens
in
are-
there about? I'm sorry, Chris.
Tokens are
was there
gonna be okay. Go ahead.
Was there anything in there about taking off the cap on the faction token limit?
now.
No.
Okay.
Rich is
Anyway,
not a happy
yeah.
boy about that.
Anyway, I understand tokens are here and they're going to stay here for a while, but I would like being able to use tokens to buy weapons and armor that you just can't get through RNG. That's great. That's absolutely great, and it's a step in the right direction, and I'm okay with that. It's just still at the same time, the token system's just not. I don't think I've ever played an MMO and or RPG where your token system or your currency system is only there to fuel the RNG. I
Well,
don't think I've ever played that. and it's weird and frustrating, and it's just not it's not the greatest system in the world.
Well, it seems like because I guess like I agree with that when I hate the base token system because I just don't like RNG. We talked about this with our hunters. I had said, hey, this is my favorite hunter helmet in the game, and I came back from work that day and you were wearing it, and I had to grind. I had to grind for so long to get that friggin' helmet. And I finally got it, and I was really happy. And you're like, your Guardian looks exactly like mine. I'm like, I wanted that helmet from the beginning. Like, my Guardian would have looked like that since I hit 20 if I could have had it happen that way. But it didn't. So now I forever am copying you. But for most vendors, it sounds like that's changing. And I guess I don't have a problem with token system moving more to currency rather than slot machine coin.
Yes, that's good. And that's the way it's moving. I just... I guess having both there, the RNG and the currency, it being an RNG fuel and a currency fuel, it's all good. It's just I hope that that's the thing is like let's say year 2 or year 1 of Destiny ends and we get like the major Taken King like expansion, and we get this badass raid and it's amazing, and then again we're just collecting tokens. We're going into this raid. That's the problem with the raid right now, and I think they're going to fix this in 2018. But we go into the raid. I don't know how many times we've done the raid. Maybe 10 times, whatever. But we all walk out of there with 68 tokens instead of loot. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the fuck, man? Yeah. Why did we not get a drop? Why did we not see, like, at the end of a strike or the Nightfall strikes, you see that chest pop up, and then it just explodes with loot. Is it good loot? No, but it explodes with loot. We do the raid, and the chest opens up, and you see a couple purple engrams drop out, and you're like, sweet, 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 and it's a shader and tokens. Like, God damn it! What the fuck?
Yeah. So, let me knock out these two because they're selling reputation tokens, and they're the last two on the list. December 12th, vendors will now beckon you to hand in your reputation tokens only when you're carrying enough to earn a reward engram. Cool. And on December 5th, changes affecting reputation tokens. Daily challenges will have reputation token awards increased across the board. Cade's treasure chests still offer valuable rewards, but now guarantee at minimum a payout of destination appropriate reputation tokens. Strikes will drop a larger number of Vanguard reputation tokens. Common quality destination resource tokens will have their drop rates increased to 100% and values per token increased as well. I'm sorry, let me read that because the way that I said that was really weird.
Cool. It's still on the tokens. Like, that's great. We're going to get a shit ton more tokens. Cool.
On the balance, reputation required per reward engram will increase for destination factions. Leviathan raid tokens will be redeemed at Benedict immediately upon obtaining a token, instead of requiring a full clear before unlocking.
So, okay, so what that tells me is as soon as you pick up a token in the raid, it will automatically be turned into Benny. Cool. So now you're actually, so if you don't adjust the drop rates of the raid, then literally all we're getting from every chest is shaders. That's what I take from that.
That doesn't sound right because the way that they phrased it sounds weird, but to me it sounds like Benedict is just going to be available all the time rather than having to clear the raid to unlock it.
Yeah. Like I haven't cleared the raid on my hunter, so even though I have tokens, I can still turn them in now since I haven't cleared it on my hunter.
But just the way they phrased it very much seems like once you pick up a token, it will be turned into Benedict. Yeah. Like as soon as you walk over that token, it'll be turned in. That's
kind of like in Destiny 1 when you walk over the green engrams.
Yes.
And they automatically turn themselves into weapon parts.
Yes. Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
I agree. It sounds like that, but that seems silly.
Possibly. Yeah. Do they mean it the other way? Possibly. We'll know in 4 days, right? Yeah. Because I'm sure we're gonna run. Oh, maybe not the raid, but I'm sure we're gonna run that raid layer as soon as it hits. So.
Yeah. Let me ask you something real quick.
Thanks for shopping out.
Are you with this new purchasing system that they're gonna put forward? Are y'all going to turn tokens in for reputation gains, or are you gonna just straight up buy the stuff you want?
Well, you have to. The thing is if you don't. you have to rank up to a certain number to unlock each slot. Does that make sense?
I'm pretty
So,
sure
like-
we're all ranked, like, because, like, let's say we go to EDZ and Devrim has a sniper rifle that we want. Are you gonna just turn your tokens in, or are you gonna buy the sniper rifle outright with your tokens
Oh no, you'll
and
just buy
legendary
it.
shards? Yeah,
Yeah, well, you'll just buy it.
So
That's the
that
thing.
kind
Is
of
once you get all the factions leveled up fully, where you have all 6 slots unlocked, then it doesn't make a damn bit of difference, unless, and I would be okay with this, unless they reset your faction stuff every season.
Yeah,
Guardian, what
I would be okay with that.
I wouldn't have a problem with it either.
Yeah, I don't
That's
have
all I want
I don't have a
to know.
strong opinion either way. I'll have to see how it works first before I like have an opinion about it.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end. Well, I mean, they talk about the XP problem a little bit, but I don't. To be honest, I just don't really have anything to say about it. I don't think it's a huge deal, and I don't really understand a lot of the frustration. I get why it's a problem, but also I get why the system existed. So I don't know if you guys have more to say about it than that, but
The XP issue.
yeah,
Yeah, I think the XP issue boils down
Now half
to
of what I-
lack of communication.
Careful out there.
I don't think XP throttling's not a big deal. Happens in every fucking game. You know, but I think the lack of communication was the problem.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that we've on Twin Stick Radio, Trey and I have said this multiple times till we're blue in the face. Game developers don't have to fucking keep their games secret. Like, you don't have to do that. You
Yep.
can say, Mark and Luke talk about it on their podcast. It's like, you know, maybe it's hard for them to decide. Okay, well, should we say this? Can we say this? Yes, just fucking say it.
I'm here.
Like, I hate to reference it again because I reference it all the time, but Warframe's a perfect example of this. There are plenty of things that those devs, that the developers of Warframe have said, like, yes, this is going to be in the game, and a year later, it never has made it to the game yet. And that's okay, because they've said, it's like, oh yeah, you know, we're still working on it. Like, we want to make it work, but it's a lot harder than we thought it was going to be. Like, that's okay. You tell Luke, if you're going to tell me, like, hey, random rolls are coming back, you know, example, I don't want them to come back, I'm just using it as example. Luke says random rolls are coming back. We don't know when they're coming back, but we're working on making them come back. Guess what, man? Gathalion's going to shut up. Slay Rage is going to shut up. Triple Rex is going to shut up. They're all going to shut up.
Crafty's gonna shut up. Yep.
They're all going to shut up because the fact that you said that their fucking their reason for living is coming back is they'll shut up. You know,
No
and it's
shit, dude.
And it's like, you don't have to be so secretive with your fucking game. Just because you tell the community something, just don't say, yes, this is a thing and it's coming this time. That's all you have to do. Don't tell us random rolls are coming back on this date and you can't make that promise. Just say, well, random rolls, we're working on it. You know, I don't know when they're going to be there, but they'll be there. It could take a while, so just be patient, but they'll be there. That's more than enough. You don't have to be afraid to say that. You just don't. Because every other game developer out there talks. Call of Duty, fucking Warframe, GTA Online. They all say this shit. They're like, hey, we're working on this, so you guys get excited for it. We don't know when it's going to be there, but we promise we'll get it into the game if it works. It's like, that's not hard to do. And for some reason, Bungie has this freaking MO of feeling like they have to be the most secretive company in the world. And I just don't get it. I don't.
yeah, and I think you summed it up pretty well. Now, Rich, you want to talk about why you're salty?
Before we do that, can we talk about the trailer that they released?
Sure.
Sure,
Go for it.
I haven't
I just,
watched it.
I just
so-
wanted to talk about two things that I saw in it. Number one, that exotic grenade launcher just looks so awesome with the spiders that chase everybody.
Like that's just, to me, that is the ultimate troll in PvP. Like
Yeah.
you see a guy just run across a hallway, shoot the damn grenade launcher, and then whoop.
He's like,
dead.
oh, he missed me. And then, like, 2 seconds later, the spider just crawls on you and explodes.
Yeah, I'm looking.
That's
forward
going to be really
trying
fun to use, yeah. And the Red Death hand cannon. Did y'all see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, so
I
in
would,
the... What's up?
Go ahead.
Trey, you said you hadn't seen the trailer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this shot where they have the hunter, the warlock, and the titan all next to each other, Charlie's Angel style, and the hunter is holding a Red Death hand cannon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a hand cannon that looks just like Red Death.
Yeah.
So here's my exotic perk for that hand cannon. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
A 3-round burst hand cannon.
Uh huh.
I think that's the entire perk.
Oh,
That's it.
well, it's Red Death, so it's gonna. If it's Red Death related, it's gonna heal you when you kill somebody.
But a 3-round burst hand cannon.
Hand cannon, yes, but it'll probably be really slow bursts, like.
Okay.
Doo, doo, doo.
3-round
Yeah,
burst hand cannon.
that'll be awesome.
Yep.
Better have a kinetic counterbalance mount for it. That's all I'm saying.
No shit.
Okay.
I like the trailer. The trailer looks awesome. Again, every trailer Destiny puts out, they do it in such a cheesy, dumb fashion, but makes you look like I'm looking forward to seeing all these armors. Looking forward to seeing these weird ornaments that you can throw on your armor and freaking grind for them and all this other shit. Looking forward to all of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it was a good trailer. I liked it.
Yeah. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, I think we should.
Are we sure
I
Hold
think,
on, where are you, Rich? Where are you?
I'm on the tower. I'm in the tower.
Are you in part of our group? Are you part of our?
No.
God damn it, Rich! I was gonna pour salt on you.
It was a missed opportunity. Way to go,
That
Rich.
was. I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
lone
sorry.
wolfing and
Fucking
not
damn.
communicating where you need to
Yep.
go.
I'm a lone wolf. Call me Baron Corbin.
Ew.
Hey, you're not me.
Okay.
Did you see when he said that? He's
No.
cutting a promo and Baron Corbin goes, "Hey, you're not me." What the fuck does that even mean, Corbin?
Jesus.
But
Okay.
Chris, why don't you pour salt on me, and then I'll float you a great name for this segment. Let me come to you.
Okay, hold on.
Are you like messing with Zavala?
Yeah.
And I was like, he's over by Zavala, so I could tell you what he's doing. That was not enough salt. Can you do it again?
Here we go.
There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just imagine that I'm rich. I think we should call this segment "Why Are You Still Playing This Game?" featuring Rich.
I was gonna say Salt Rage.
Salt Rage.
Salt Rage is good. I'm gonna start with the simple statement. Shame on you, Destiny community. Shame on you for the way you're treating the people that have brought us almost 5 years of enjoyment. I have seen nothing but negative videos from every single one of you, and now y'all are claiming that you carried Destiny 1? You, the content creators, are claiming that you carried the game, and that's the only reason why it's still around. Really? Seriously? Fuck off. Get off your fucking high horse. Like, seriously. What makes you think that you even have the right to say such a fucking thing? And now you're threatening to leave. Well, go. Just, instead of making your negative-ass videos trying to poison the casuals, just go. Shut the fuck up and play something else. See how long your channel lasts without Destiny.
Yeah, I've really been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this pretty hardcore because, you know, when I started at GameStop and first met Chris, like and this was a month after the first Destiny came out. So he and a couple of the other people that were still working there, or that were working there, were still playing Destiny. But it was, you know, around October when I joined, so that's not weird. Then, you know, After Dark Below came out. And then, you know, in that period between Dark Below and House of Wolves, I was still playing Destiny, and no one else really was. Like, my friends weren't, Chris wasn't. And Chris gave me shit, you know, all the time for still playing Destiny. Because he was right. Like, there were way better games at that time to play than Destiny. but I still kept playing it. I still really loved that game. And I look at the way the community is reacting today and the way that people are freaking out about this game today, and it's really hard for me to take them seriously, because the game that we have now is so significantly better than what we had in Vanilla Destiny. It just is. Like, there's really not a single aspect of Vanilla Destiny that was better than Destiny 2. And I think
to your point is,
are you there?
I'm trying to formulate my words. The content creators never jumped on board for Destiny until after Taken King. Taken King is when Destiny and Bungie saw that initial spike where there were millions upon millions of people playing this game at any given time. It wasn't Vanilla Destiny. It just wasn't. Because of the fact that Vanilla Destiny just wasn't great. It was fine, but it wasn't great. And Taken King made Destiny great. And that's when the, quote unquote content creators came out and carried Destiny, if they want to say that. I don't believe that. I'm with Rich. I don't believe that for an instant. But Vanilla Destiny, it wasn't there. And I do agree with you 100% that this game is significantly better than Vanilla Destiny. And I'm with Rich, man. I hate that there are so many people in this community touting the flag of the only reason we're acting like this is because we care. That if you cared, you wouldn't be acting like this, number one. Because I take Gathalion for example, right? When Destiny 1 was at its height, he was on Bungie streams. He was doing all this stuff. He was kind of touting the Bungie flag, but he always he always bragged about it. He says, I with my Jaguar and steak dinners. You know what I mean? Like, he's always touting it, and he has that because of Destiny. He has that because Destiny gave him viewers, which gave him money. And I guarantee you, at least this is my thought, this is my psychological profile of these streamers, because I'm nowhere near a psychologist or anything like that, but I feel like I'm a good judge of character. I feel like these streamers that are lashing out against Bungie in a quote unquote positive manner are only doing it because they're losing money.
Well, and I think that, in the years that we've been kind of covering video games as hobbyists, we've kind of learned this balance of taking everything that someone says, everything that a developer or publisher says with a grain of salt. With both, with understanding that they have the best intentions, but also understanding that, they kind of don't. You don't look at everything that a developer does and says they're looking to fuck people over, because they're not. They're trying to make a great game. But at the end of the day, they're still trying to make money, right? And the thing about the streamers is that you kind of have to look at them the same way, because I don't think that you can trust them any more than you trust the developers. And at the end of the day, their bottom line is being affected by the fact that the community is upset about Destiny 2. Their wallets are being affected by that. Their livelihood is being affected by that. So maybe they have problems with the game, or maybe they don't think the problems are as bad as they are, but at the end of the day, they're getting paid to tell you exactly what you want to hear. And
right.
That's the problem that I have, is that as much as post Taken King, you had all these streamers that were making money for the love of the game, these same people are making money for hating the game. They're still getting as many views, they're still getting as much attention for sitting there and talking shit about a game that made them who they are to a certain degree.
Yes, I think we're touting the same point, to be honest.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you.
It really does. At least to me, it's from the streamer standpoint. It all comes down to their money. because I guarantee you they've seen a drop in money. They've seen a drop in their income because nobody's tuning in to watch them play Destiny because they don't want to play Destiny. They don't want to play this game that they feel like they don't have anything to do. And that's not Bungie's problem. That's the thing, is that is just not Bungie's problem. Your well-being and your income does not depend on a game developer. It doesn't. That is a risk you took when you decided to become a streamer of media. That is your problem. So in no way, shape, or form, I'm with Rich. Do you have the right to freaking tout this shitty crybaby flag that everybody's touting and say that you're saying all this for the good of the game? Because you're not. You're not.
You're saying this because saying it makes you get money. If the community loved the game and you weren't having fun, you wouldn't be sitting there talking shit about it, because that would affect your bottom line too.
Exactly. Like if everybody loved this game, here's the deal, is if everybody loved this game, and I actually believe that the community is this vocal community against Destiny is a lot smaller than we think it is. It's just the vocal minority is always louder than the rest of the community. I think it's probably like an 80-20 split. I really do think 20% of this community right now are the ones that are up in arms about the way Destiny 2 works. And 80%, which are the people that don't go to the forums, that don't listen to podcasts, that don't follow streamers, but they log on once or twice a week, every single week, and play this game. I think there's about 80% of those people that just really love playing this game. They just love it. It's fun, and they play with their friends, and it's a good time, and they enjoy doing it. I think that small vocal minority is definitely comprised of streamers and YouTubers and content creators, because of that, the fact that this game isn't for them anymore, and they have such a hard time letting go of that because that's their income.
And it's really easy to sit here and say, like, because we don't agree with the streamers, that we're Bungie and Destiny 2 apologists. And to be honest, like, that's just not true. We can sit here and criticize the game. Like, that's a lot of what talking about those updates was about, was saying, like, this is things that we don't like, and we don't like the direction that this seems to be going. And we're concerned about the future.
I was just about to say, we just did a whole hour and a half of us talking about, like, listen, all these things are really good, but you're still not fixing the main problems with the game.
And we've always been that way. Like, we've never, like, we've never not said something just because we like this game. Like, I'm going to sit here and tell you, like, I'm still disappointed with the story things that they did. We had a hour and a half conversation about that like 3 weeks ago. Go listen to it. Like, I complain about this game all the time, but I don't complain from a place of, trying to generate views or trying to, say that my money was wasted or that I'm not having fun with the game, because all those things aren't true. I'm saying it because I believe it and I want it to be changed, but at the end of the day, like, if it's not changed, I'm still going to be here next week.
Right, exactly. And I've told go ahead, Rich, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that the whole thing with people going back to Destiny 1, they do realize that the same company makes that game, right? Made that same game that they're going back to.
Yeah.
And they had nothing but negative things to say about that game 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. It's like there's a bunch of streamers that are protesting Destiny 2 by going back and playing Destiny 1. It's like,
you showed them.
Wait, so you're going to go back and to protest Bungie, you're going to go play a Bungie game. Like, what? What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
You really want to protest them? Go play Halo 5.
Yeah, no shit. Go play Halo 5.
I do want to say
Grand Theft Auto.
I do want to say one more thing, because I think that this is a really good way to encapsulate the theme, I guess, of the first 6 episodes of what we've been doing with this. And I think that maybe we can talk about this later, but I think that unless someone says something utterly ridiculous and stupid, we can probably move away from this topic. I think we've explored it fully. But I do think... I listened to the Collins Last Stand Fireside Chat yesterday, and I've been like catching up on episodes, so I went back and listened to the first episode. And the first episode is kind of about him falling out of love with video games, and what he ends up talking about is he started to like he started to not like video games anymore because of the toxicity of the communities around video games and the enthusiast culture and the echo chamber of games media. And I had been feeling that way before too. There was, like 2 or 3 weeks where I just really didn't play anything fairly recently because I was just sick of like people talking shit about the games that I like. And I think with myself, I'm striving to play more and talk more about the things that I like and to focus on the positive sides of the community. And I think that that's really important for anyone who's making any sort of video game content, is to look at what you're doing and say, am I enjoying this? And if I'm not enjoying this, could I be doing something that I enjoy more? And should I be doing that? Like, I can't imagine screaming like a 5-year-old on a stream about random roles in a video game that I'm playing. I really can't imagine being at that point with a game that I'm that unhappy that I'm screaming about it. If it's ever to that point where I feel that way about a game, I'm just going to shut it off and go play something else, because there's so much other shit out there that deserves my time. So if you agree with these people about Destiny 2 and you think Destiny 2 is a pile of shit and you're not having fun playing it, it's okay to play something else, and you should. And there's nothing wrong with me saying that. It's not me talking shit about you. It's saying, I think that your time is better spent somewhere else that more accommodates your play style.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Go
ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I 100% agree with that, just to the point of, like, we talked about this on Twin Stick Radio Thursday, is that the joy of video games is that if it gets to the point where you're just not having fun, there are millions of other games to go play. And the best part about the time that we live in is that there are hundreds of thousands of games that you can play with your friends. Because there was a Reddit post that kind of went viral, got a lot of gold on Destiny, on the Destiny subreddit, of this guy that was his story. It was, quote unquote, heartbreaking, because he went to high school, had all these friends, he had to move away, and he was able to reconnect with those friends through Destiny. And now in Destiny 2, those friends don't want to play anymore because they don't enjoy the game as much, and he feels like he's losing his friends. It's like, listen, Grand Theft Auto exists. Division exists, Ghost Recon Wildlands exists, World of Warcraft exists. There are other games that you can connect with your friends with. If Destiny is the only reason that you still stayed in contact with those friends, you might want to rethink your friends, bro. Like, that's not how friends work. If Destiny shut down tomorrow, I'm not going to lose contact with Rich or TJ or David or, well, Trey and I live together. Or Trey or Daniel. I'm not going to lose contact with these people. They're my friends. That's how friends do it. Well, there's phones. There's text messages. There's things like that. And
there's WWE.
There's WWE. The point I'm making is the joy of video games is there's so many ways to connect with people. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish. No, go ahead, Rich.
No, I was going to say that's why I sent that tweet out to Bungie earlier this week that I did, because I feel like they needed to hear it from somebody that we're still here and we still love them, and how much happiness they've provided. I mean, the three of us wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for this game together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, and
so I mean,
and we've kind of encapsulated that ideal. Like, I would say for the last month, our enjoyment of Destiny 2 has been steadily decreasing. We still love the game, but when we log on, we're not having as much fun, and we're not seeing the same sort of rewards that we were seeing in September and October.
I don't personally agree with that. I still have a shit ton of fun with this game, but I get what you're saying.
But I think the overall sentiment is, like, I can log in and play with my friends, and that's fun, but, you're not seeing the cool exotic that you wanted, or there's not a new mission to complete or a new Nightfall strike that you haven't done yet. Like, we've played this game to the, to the highest degree, and we can log on and have fun, but also at the same time, like, I kind of want to get this done so we can play Grand Theft Auto. Or, there are other things that we have connected on and things that we've played, while acknowledging the fact that, like, on Tuesday I'm not going to be able to play Grand Theft Auto with you guys. If I really want to play games with you guys, I need to play the game that you're playing, because you're not going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right. Yeah. And that's I mean, that's the whole thing, is like, yeah. No, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anymore because we pretty much exhausted.
Yeah,
that.
there are other games, and for me to close it out, there's two things. One, the most ridiculous statement I heard this week is, "I'm in fear of the life of my channel because Destiny is going downhill." There's other
Rich,
games.
say that again. Say that again.
There's a YouTuber, and he said, "I fear for the life of my channel because Destiny is going downhill."
And that is exactly my point, right there. The only reason that they're waving their fucking banner is because they're losing money. They don't care about the game. They don't. They care about the money that they're losing. And that's why, yeah, that's it. That's literally it. I mean, whatever. That's just fucking stupid.
But in all this, there is one content creator still holding the Bungie flag straight and tall, and he will never falter, and that's More Console. Alan will never ever leave, dude, and he's been the one spotlight of positivity in all of this.
Yeah, dude, I watched one of his videos, one of his recent videos, and dude, that guy, you're right, that dude's not faltered. Like, he's still super excited to open engrams in his, and it's like, it's good. I mean, that's the thing, is there are people still out there enjoying this game. And there are streamers out there that are doing right. Like, one of my favorite streamers is Tefty Tef from Destiny Community Podcast. Rich, I know you don't like him because he's all about the Church of Frames, but he's got it right.
How do you join this church? Because, I'm looking for a new church.
Yeah, he's got it right. Like, when he feels like playing Destiny, he'll play Destiny, and he'll have fun.
Yeah.
And he'll still do the Destiny Community Podcast with his friends. But you know what? When he doesn't feel like playing Destiny, he doesn't play Destiny. And that's okay. Like, his channel's not suffering for it. It's because he didn't build his entire reputation on Destiny like all these other people did.
That's the market speaking, though. If you're worried about the life of your channel because a game isn't as beloved as it was a year ago, then that means that you're not creative enough to make things work.
Like, and as much as Chris hates him, Mesa Sean does the same thing. Mesa Sean does Battlefront videos, the Division videos.
I don't hate him. He's just wrong a lot, and that bothers me.
But
People that are wrong,
he's still
people that are wrong and upload shit to the internet really bother me.
You know, what
he's still enthusiastic about Destiny, but he keeps variety on his channel.
What I'm excited about, I'm excited for the next 6 to 8 months to go by. And I'm excited for all these people that don't like, and streamers that don't like Destiny to move on to something else and start building a community there. And I'm ready to see the new breed of streamers that come out, the new people that have stuck through and that really like it. And I'm excited to see the different content creators that have new ideas and that aren't recycling the same thing that they've been doing since Taken King. I
agree. I'm excited to see, and I'm not saying that we're going to make it big on Destiny 2. But my point being is, I want to see us. I want to see us overtake the Destiny 2 subreddit, to where I can get on the Destiny subreddit and read about this really cool moment that somebody had, instead of, I know how you can fix the game, Bungie. No, you don't. You're 14 in front of your mom's computer because you don't have one.
Damien.
Yeah, Damien. But Damien's 12, so,
But yeah, I'm excited for the next. And here's something too that we haven't discussed before. But I am. Let's say a year goes by in Destiny 2, and it doesn't get better. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with like, oh, you know what? Destiny 2 is just not our game anymore. That's okay. I'm totally fine with that. Because like I said, there are so many other games that we're playing. I don't think we're ever going to stop playing Grand Theft Auto.
No.
Rich and I we played fucking golf and tennis for an hour and a half today.
Yeah, no, I fully expect, like, I really expect that there's a time in the next year where we're not doing Twin Stick Guardians every week. And, and there are other things that we can do. Like, I'm actually, you guys were talking earlier about how we should be streaming Grand Theft Auto 5. Well, we should be. Like, we should be doing other stuff. And then when we're playing Destiny, or when we have something to say about Destiny, we can do that too. Like, the point of Twin Stick Guardians and the point of the way that we play games is that it's not really about the game. Like, we love the game and we're supporting it, but at the end of the day, I'm always going to be where the two of you are. If that's the thing about Division, is I'm excited to play Division because I have Chris to play it with. and hopefully
Yeah.
Rich. And same thing with Grand Theft Auto 5. I hadn't played that game in 2 years.
Dude, yeah, probably since the last time you and I played it with
Yeah.
Josh.
I
been
hadn't
a
played it
long
in that
time.
long, and I saw Chris playing it, and I was like, I've been wanting to play it too. Dude, we are having the time of our life. And that's some of the most
Yeah.
fun I've ever had with a video game, and that's awesome that,
And-
we can still come back to Destiny when we want to, go on raids and do strikes and, shoot
Yep.
things in the head.
And the crazy thing is with this is why I just don't see Grand Theft Auto ending anytime soon, is because we didn't really do anything today. We didn't accomplish anything. We started playing about 7:00, 7:30, and we didn't do anything. We got killed a couple times. We killed some people, but we didn't go do a race. We didn't go do a mission. We didn't do a heist. We played golf and tennis and killed a couple people, and that was 2 hours of our lives.
Yep.
And it's like, what other game can you say that in? You can't do that in Destiny. Destiny, you always feel like you have to work towards something. You can't just log on and fuck around in Destiny. It doesn't really work like that.
Yeah. So, tune in next week when our new Grand Theft Auto podcast, Twin Shift Radio, starts.
Twin Shift Radio. Good God. That's not even a thing.
Twin Shift, that's not a thing in cars.
No,
Everybody
Twin
can
Shift
see
is
how
not a thing.
horrible I am. Everybody can see how horrible
my
I am
God.
at driving in the video game.
How much of a
Dude,
troll you are. There was a guy in a fucking pause menu, and Rich just blows his head off, and he's like, "Is that bad?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's bad."
Hey, but I always text that I'm sorry when I do something wrong.
Do
To
you
people
actually
who can't
text
hear
them?
it, did you text that?
Yeah.
Why did you tell us that?
You fucking texted a guy. It's like, hey, sorry, I blew
did.
your face off.
Sorry, I shot you with my shotgun, bro. You were just sitting there paused. My wife is dancing.
I did not know that detail. That's amazing.
Like when I crashed Trey's car last week, I texted him, "Sorry, I crashed your car." Sad face.
Yeah, I remember that. I can't believe you're doing that. That's awesome.
No one else ever
Anyway.
texts, so I guess you are a special butterfly.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
was a
I'm not
special
gonna-
moment, though. I drove your car into a levee.
Yeah. We were playing. What were we doing? I
I'm
think
not
we were
gonna
doing
te-
a heist or a mission. And I was with Chris in the helicopter. No, I had a helicopter. Rich was driving my car, and you just see
Daniel was with me. Yeah.
Yeah, you just see the Moore's motor thing pop up, and it's like, hey, this person wrecked your car, and they're paying for it. And then you hear Rich start cussing, and Chris is like, what's going on? I was like, they wrecked my car.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many stupid moments in that game. Like we talked about it a little bit on Twin Stick Radio, but there's just so many stupid good moments from Rich and I stealing some dude's Batmobile.
Yeah.
Where else can I say that? Where else can I say in a video game, me and one of my best friends stole some dude's Batmobile? Like what the fuck? Where else can I freaking say that?
Yeah, like we were trying to get away from people shooting us. We were using the train as cover.
Yeah,
And the dude shooting us, we stole his Batmobile.
Yeah, to freaking us doing a heist, and now Rich is named Pinche Chorizo.
Yep.
Yeah.
His name now on Grand Theft Auto is Pinche Chorizo. Like,
Yep.
no other game we can see that in, and that's great. I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah. Well, you want to close this out, Rich?
Yeah. Thank you for listening, by the way, and enjoying and dealing with my rant. If you enjoyed the show, you can catch us here pretty much every Saturday night, twitch.tv/TwinStickRadio. If you like these guys, you can follow them at Twitter. You can follow Chris on Twitter at ShortChangeHero with the 3 instead of the E in Hero. You can follow Trey at Darth Trey. You can follow me at Rich Needs Res. You can follow their podcast at Twin Stick Radio. It's on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, all that good stuff.
Not right
you
now,
can
but
follow
it will be in January.
Okay, not right now. You can follow my podcast, Read Between the Panels, on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher and Google Play. We just did our Justice League review, and yesterday was one of our bullshit shows. We just sat around and we bullshitted with each other because sometimes that's what we like to do. But yeah, we have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. So thanks for listening, guys. I don't want to say Guardian down because the community is down right now. So I'm going to say Guardian, we've been rezzed.
Yeah.
Because this is the rebirth of us.
Also, real fast again, thank you, Foxy Boynet. You have been here like the entire time, so I hope you
Oh,
enjoyed
boy.
it. You've been quiet,
Hey.
but I hope you had a good time. And if you
Hope
do
you
streams or anything, people should go watch you and hang out because you supported us.
Hope you enjoyed our fucking complaining the whole time.
It'd be real funny if he just had
Yeah.
us on, like he had started watching us and then like he had to go cook dinner and it's just been on in the background. He actually hasn't watched any of it and he just got a bunch of free
Okay.
promotion.
That's okay. It's called supporting. So thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yep, and one more thing before we log off. Baron Corbin is the greatest U.S. champion in history.
Whoa. Talk about fighting words, dude. Holy crap.
I like how Rich
That's-
just always likes to fucking prod you. Like he does this all the time where he says something ridiculous about wrestling just because he knows it's gonna piss you off.
It's literally me and you in Grand Theft Auto. Like, I'll troll the shit out of you in GTA. He'll just troll the shit out of me in real life.
Yeah. All
Hey, look
right.
at Swag Sticks. we got
Thanks, Swag Sticks.
we got a floss party.
So,
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye guys.